Okay then, so here we go then. I got 5 minutes on the clock. Okay, so we've had a little bit of trouble getting to take off. The one thing I can say about it is it really does look the part. I mean, for such a small model, the scale detail is just second to none really. Beautiful day like today with a beautiful blue sky. And that's the reason why I've gone high, is because obviously somebody walking across the field. Yeah, now one for manoeuvres this. This is a 3S ship. Even though it's got more than scale speed, you know, I want to look in like a World War I biplane. Very famous plane, the S.E.5a. Actually being called after the First World War, and obviously after the Second World War, the Spitfire of the First World War. Now, watching other people fly in the S.E.5a, they have said, you know, make sure you keep the speed up a little bit on the turns. Don't use too much rudder, so I'm just using gentle coordinated turns. Little tiny bit of rudder. And she really does look absolutely stunning in the air. Did a bit of weathering, I'll hopefully show that in the photographs. Just to put my own stamp on it really. It's like a blank canvas really. Painted the guns, give things a little bit of a metal effect. Dirtied the pilot's scarf, dirtied his face, just to try and add a little bit more realism. And Adam from Model Aviator said, you know, this one is just lovely to fly, so you'll really enjoy it. Oh, well, there you are. Nearly stopped her from nosing over, but it wasn't to be. I'm just going to get the plane a second. Okay then, so a nice maiden flight. Flew lovely actually, you know, nothing to worry about really, just really nice and sedate. I flew it how I think a World War I biplane would fly, unless it was in a dogfight. Well, you know, that's for another day. I just sort of like, you know, just sort of like brushed things to make it look metal, put a bit of metal on the grill, painted the machine guns, painted the sight just to make it look metal, dirtied the pilot up, bit of dirt, streaks from the exhaust, shell pans down there, look, just like you would get an oily trail from the exhaust. So yeah, you know, just trying to add a little bit more detail to it. Okay, be back soon, maiden flight under the belt, and I'll be back for another flight. Okay then, right, so what was a good morning has ended in disaster. I had the maiden flight. What I decided to do today was I was going to just sort of like, I did the maiden flight, and then what I was going to do then is after a couple of flights take some photographs and do the introductions and so on like I normally do. But for some reason today I decided, you know, just to get on with the fly-in. So I didn't say any of the specs and anything, and then I was flying on the second flight, filming with my phone for YouTube shorts, and everything was going well, and I did a loop-the-loop and just got it completely wrong. And what I think happened, and I'll put the video on.
Oh.
What I think happened probably was I just yanked the controls like in a panic, and I think I just put the thing in either a stall or a spin, and it hit pretty hard. And the problem with the S.E.5a are all the little cabain struts and wing struts, and you know, they've just absolutely like blown to pieces basically. So you know, at the moment I know we all crash, I know everybody crashes, but I feel pig sick, and you know, in my mind I'm not going to repair it. So there you are. That's just the upset, I think, of crashing. Don't ask me why I decided to do things differently today. I just did, and as a result you know, I'm not superstitious, so, you know, I sometimes fly and then I do the introductions depending on the weather or whatever. Sometimes I'm just keen to get on with it before we get all the people walking across the field, walking their dogs. And, you know, in hindsight, I wish I'd taken photographs of the plane before I flew it, but I didn't. So, and I now want to shy away really from when I have crashes. I mean, you know, kick myself because, to be honest with you, I was so proud bringing it over today for the Maiden Flight. I felt I'd done a good job with all the, you know, the detail and the painting, but there you go. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So from myself, Cheryl, and the crashed S.E.5a Maiden Flight, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.